there is nothing for me as fascinating as seeing a really, really weird subject and see it turn into a board game. And that is what the guy from gagging Games, a Spanish company that brought us the most excellent Dos de Mayo and the not so excellent Full Moon, amongst others. They have some very good games out there, has done with this airshow, which became for a while the darling at Essen 2011 and completely ran out, and it's got some very good reviews. But do the components live up to the 44.95 euros that this game costs? Let's find out. And as I was saying earlier, this game did very, very well indeed at Essen 2011, to the point that when I tried to get the game, it was completely gone, and the people from Genex had no idea what hit them. And it took a while for me to be able to find it again, and it was only when I went to Homo Ludicus in Valencia in Spain that I managed at last to get a copy of this game. So I have great expectations as to what's inside the box. I know it is mainly tokens, no miniatures, but the game is meant to be quite special, and it's quirky, it's weird. You know, a game that you can actually create your own air show and manage your own air museum. It's just bizarre. Anyway, I'm excited. Let's take a look inside of this. Right. One of the good things about Genex games is that they do everything bilingual. So don't be put off by the fact that this game comes from Spain, because everything in there should also be in English. Now, this game has been endorsed by the Fundación Infante de Orleans, which I have never heard of, but I'm sure it's very, very important. So, hey, already comes with some kudos. The rules. The rules are beautiful. My goodness. The rules are beautiful. I was not expecting this. They're a little bit on the busy side. But Genex tends to create these kind of busy rule books, but well, they look properly beautiful. They have managed to get something nice out of green, which is a notoriously difficult color to work with. I don't like it. This is nice. Well, well, well. And in the second part of the book, of course, you have the English version. So all in all, it's not actually a very rules-heavy game. It feels like it, though, and maybe this is something they should look into for the next printout. It does feel like there are an awful lot of rules, because there's so many things going on in here and there, and it's very difficult to know where am I meant to be looking at any given point. So I don't know if they will make more sense once I've read through them and I understand what every page comes with, but maybe the flow of the reading should be a little bit more looked into in the future. But overall, that's actually a very, very pleasant surprise. I'm very happy with this. There's a lot of empty space in this box, and oh, this is okay. Fundación Infante de Orleans. This is the Fundación Infante de Orleans appears to be some sort of historical planes museum. I'm guessing it is in Spain. Don Alfonso de Orleans y Bourbon. That's going to be one of the uncles of my king. But because I'm Spanish, that's the only reason I'm saying my king. It's not mine, you know what I mean. And he is a fairly old man in that photograph, so he This has to be turn of the century, probably 1910. Nice selection of planes in here, which is lovely. You know, I have the feeling that for anybody who's into airplanes, this game is going to be an absolute joy. There is a lot of empty space in this box, and although I don't have anything against games that come with just tokens, it makes me wonder if producing this in a smaller box would have reduced the costs of both production and shipping to other countries, which I know it's a very expensive thing to do, so maybe something again to look for in the future. Now we have two main type of components here. Deck of cards, tons of tokens, and there's this, which is not a main component, but is a little tiny airshow notebook where you're going to have to write down what you do in the game. But I haven't played it, so I don't really understand yet how it goes. It's nice that they produce this though, and I wonder what it will be like to get replacements if you play an awful lot, because eventually this is going to go away. So, tokens. How many? We have the correct blue tokens, as it says there, which is quite nice. They look like poker chips. Double side printing. Well done there. Then you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One thing they have done this time, and obviously they were aiming more for the international market than they've done in the past, they have the main text in English and then the subtitle is in Spanish. Usually it used to be the other way around. I think they're getting to understand that they need to go abroad, I mean from Spain, to make a better return for their money, and I really hope it's paying off. So we get these, and then we get quite a few of these. We get in fact 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Some of these are really big, and they, by the looks of them, let me just be very careful doing these things, because I hate it when you get something out of a blister and the cardboard, the paper comes attached to it. It drives me mad. You know what? The card is not the best, but it's probably good enough. It could have done with lamination, but fine. Again, that increases the production costs, and we don't want that. So that's fair enough. I love the artwork. The simple Art Deco-y style illustrations are lovely, are really cool. Absolutely lovely, because they produce exactly the illustration that you need to be able to see what you have, but they're not so elaborate that they get distracting, which is great. So I am happy with this, very, very happy with this. But I'm rambling an awful lot, so let's move on and take a look at the cards. And they are, it's a chunky, very chunky amount of cards in here. Praise to the plastic they've used to rub these things. It's very strong. Cards. A little bit on the thin side, it must be said. But fine. Again, they need to drop up costs, so I cannot blame them for that. I wish they could be a bit better, but okay. The illustrations are a little bit more photorealistic than they are on the board. And that's nice, because it will make a very nice contrast between both things. Everything is being laid out very clearly, with the year of the planes, the cost, the type of the plane, and the lovely illustrations. So the whole thing, you know, I don't know the designers, but I'm going to bet you anything that the designers are well into airplanes. Not because of the amount of airplanes in here, which is, as you can see, vast, but because they have managed to get just the items that matter and the elements of the plane that matter for the game and into the game. You know, I don't know how this game is going to play. I am really hoping it will be easy enough to play, but it is quirky. It is beautiful looking. I really like the way it looks, the way it feels. And I like that it is based on real airplanes rather than fantasy things. It's a very fantastic way of learning. And if you want another experience of learning history, just play Dos de Mayo and you will be blown away. Components wise, I cannot fold them. I could fold them, but I am not going to fold them because they have done the best they can, and I am happy that they have done the best they can, which is all that can be expected from any company. The only thing that surprises me is the big box. Not because I have anything against big boxes, but again because the production would be a lot cheaper and the shipping to other countries would be a lot cheaper as well, make it a bit more accessible. Rejiggle the rules a little bit to make the reading flow a bit easier, and you have an absolutely cracking game in there to play. I am very much looking forward to finding out how this game plays. So I have to give this game at least 4.5 stars out of 5 because the whole thing feels so lovely indeed. So very well done, Gen X, on this one. Very well done.